characters in their pocket as well. Of course, we have the Pichu, but there is the Mii Brawler, and it's very smart that they switched over. Good stuff.
Huh.
I think
Okay.
that makes some sense, Coney, to draw back to your analogy.
Yeah.
Like, Pichu, the coughing baby, takes damage every time he coughs.
Right.
And that coupled with all the Pikmin damage over time is going to be ridiculous. So drybie finally busting out his secondary. Let's see how it pays off. I think Mii Brawler does have a lot of good tools against Olimar, namely that Nair can just rip through the whole Pikmin storm and get you right in.
When I said I did some bracket research, I did not look at this character at all. I just seen Pichu, and I wanted to see what the Pichu can do. Hey, Mii Brawler is kind of an insane character, right? You do have to worry about like where you are in the air. If you get a landing up air, you can lead into some really, really big damage. I'm just worried about the offstage game, honestly.
Right now, the on-stage game here, not quite going the way of drybie here. Candle kind of controlling the ground, and for good reason. This is kind of to be expected.
We were talking. I was just saying, we were talking yesterday at Olimar's sort of the blind spot being that 45-degree angle. And the good thing for drybie is that Mii Brawler loves popping in on that, just kind of a short hop neutral air, trying to get stuff started. If you get the soft hit, you can follow up. But I mean, on a stage like this, is going to be even harder, I think, because Candle's just going to chill under those platforms. You see it right there, trying to drift in with the Nair, but already is the Pikmin out in the lineup set up to really thwart that.
Right. Bro, 65 off one hit. Can we talk about it? Respawning into a world of hurt, and drybie down in a big way right now.
So we're getting a lot of miles off of this 6-frame dash attack, and of course, utilization of that Nair is getting busy, but still in this deficit. Caught in the corner. And I like these recovery options right here from Candle. Slow and steady is going to win the race coming back to the ledge. The minute you overshoot or just move too fast towards the ledge, drybie's going to make you pay for it.
Right, yeah, and the kill options right here are pretty limited now. At higher percents, you can't really just get the up special right and pick up the kill. You might be able to get like a bad swing and do it out of shield, but right now it has to be like maybe landing late air into a kill or something raw like a back air up smash.
Candle loves that shield break setup. Had the two perps, almost got the shield down, just barely holding on by a little skittle there.
Something I want to point out as well, the choice to go Mii Brawler here might be informed by a lot of friendlies. Candle and drybie have been hanging out the whole weekend. They might actually be rooming together as two of the Bodens. That I'm not sure of, but they've been playing Rivals together. They've been playing Ultimate together. Yeah. So drybie might have seen something that he didn't like in those games.
Yeah, 100%. I think maybe the biggest one kind of being survivability, too. I mean, Mii Brawler's is going to survive a hell of a lot longer than Pichu is, let's just be honest. And I mean, you're going to need everything plus some, you know, to get through this match that you have versus Candle here. Yeah. Kind of disengaging right now, playing the long game, understand that they have a pretty commanding lead. Get that frame 3 Nair out of here.
Yeah, that was the first time we've seen a side special, too. I was curious about what the lineup was, but interesting for real. I think, like, the flashing Mach Punch, I like that moveset, like, really well, because you can mix up shields so well with it.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know if you want to be dancing around Olimar's shield. That up smash is scary.
I was just about to say, you're playing with fire no matter where you are in the match versus Olimar. Oh, great parry. No down smash there that time. Trying to read the option out the corner. Trying to catch it with back air. Up smash. There they are. I was wondering when it was going to start up. A little late into the game, but glad we're seeing it now.
Real good up smash out of shield. Good option right there. And it all really just starts with something on the platform. We saw drybie earlier try to go for that sort of situation into the up B. It didn't kill Olimar at 90, or I think it was like 90 before the hit, which means, I don't know, the chances of winning this game seem rather dubious. Mii Brawler can swing pretty hard in terms of changing the matchup, but it's going to be quite difficult. I think Candle's locking this one down.
I think so, too. Yeah. Kind of playing underneath those platforms like you talked about a little bit before. And yeah, that short hop Nair, one of the best approach options that I think Mii Brawler has for good reason, but a little telegraph, that's usually the party starter in Mii Brawler's toolkit. Once you take that thing away from him, you know, you can kind of see what happens there.
Yeah, you can try to dance around Candle, but I feel like Candle is really good at like catching anyone doing empty lands right in front of their face. Like always active, always swinging or dashing back and doing something. So it's really scary to be able to try to like close your distance on Candle.
There was a moment on the right platform on the first stock. They were about tied in percent, and drybie got the down throw into up air, but too high when he connected that up air and couldn't link it into up B. Then Candle got the first stock. Then Candle got a grab into 65 damage, and it was just downhill from there. So I think that match just slipped out of his hands in that crucial moment. Now we're going to see the Pichu come out, perhaps going to work better than the Mii Brawler. I don't know. That was a close game. I think it was worth another gamble, but of course you do want to try your main.
It could have worked out. I mean, it was one of those things that it did go to last stock. It felt like Candle had a firm grasp on the situation, but I also think the stage kind of didn't really work out in drybie's favor, but maybe more comfortable with the Pichu.
Yeah, especially when it comes to the off-stage gameplay. I know drybie was a little haphazard on the off-stage play yesterday versus some of the other opponents. I'd like to see them maybe switch it up here just ever so slightly. I mean, you do have that luxury of knowing your opponent has no hitbox in their recovery. However, Candle really good at using that 2-frame whistle to kind of get themselves out of sticky situations. So as long as you play it safe and lean in the Thunder Jolt in the corner, you might be okay.
Yeah, the ledge trapping working out much better this time around, too. Really keeping Candle right at the ledge. On high alert, too, to get back on, because there's just an onslaught of aerials coming out from drybie. Oh, on stage, a little bit of drag down, still finds the tech. What?
Wow. Is that a regrab? Oh, high recovery.
Yeah, with only one Pikmin, Olimar just has so much distance to cover there.
That's the blue one, though. That's the one you
grab, yeah.
Dude, that's...
As soon as the blue is out, the whole game's got to change because you have to watch out for that at that moment. It felt like drybie just not making that adjustment immediately.
Got to watch how you space a little bit more there.
Olimar is just so punishing.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead, man.
I was just going to say, it's just Olimar pulls out Pikmin so quick.
Yeah.
Like, before they had to pull out, like, 5 Pikmin and Brawl, like, now it's just 3.
It was like drybie, like, was landing with the aerial, and Candle plucked it. It was a blue. Kill.
Bam. I remember the lineup.
Curious to see how well drybie is going to keep baiting out air dodges. We've seen it yesterday towards the tail end. Maybe that could have been a sign of comfortability. They're certainly starting to feel themselves, but want to see a switch up here. Did it once. I think even with the air dodge being baited, I think Candle was still able to go for a whistle. So just little things like that to keep in mind when you're looking for your Pichu setups.
Olimar should not live this long.
No.
Okay, there we go. Finally, a dare on stage. Like, if your opponent is living to 200 as not a heavy, that casts really big doubts in the validity of the rest of the set, I think.
Facts.
Yeah, this matchup looks really rough, man. In order to even contest the zoning game from Olimar, drybie is putting so much percent on himself as well. Need to see a decisive play here, maybe an edge guard. No, the back air is going to drop. Not even another chance right there. Candle kind of running away with this one.
Yeah, I think drybie is really trying to induce a lot of panic situations, as Pichu can do, but really maintaining the composure, too, at the first set of the day, too.
Honestly, though, drybie can do it. I mean, we've seen Pichu with explosive stocks. We saw it yesterday, even against Leo. I mean, with that down B, the Thunder on Meta Knight killing it, I think 80–90%.
Yeah.
Pichu put you in extremely uncomfortable spots, but Candle just, their composure is just, you know, really winning them the set.
Yeah, kind of second to none here in a lot of ways. Love that back air. Finally finding one stock apiece here, so another situation where, you know, the match was certainly going a type of way, but both sides were able to at least bring it down to final stocks. However, that percent, it's a much different narrative.
Yeah, it's so scary to air Olimar once they have that purple Pikmin. Actually, any Pikmin, they really be a sortie character.
Love the patience, knowing that they're going to go for a whistle every time. That's so good.
Yeah, and using a grab as well, did not even have to interact with super armor. Great calls here from drybie. Ooh, actually catches the nair on the roll, but Candle in the scramble just able to make that happen with back air. Man, that one was looking pretty close toward the end as well. It feels like drybie is just getting started too late in both of these games.
Yeah, the jump back nair at the ledge was really smart. Usually they've been kind of like holding it down and catching a normal get up thanks to the nair, right? They're like, oh, I can time this and get back up. Candle did not want to deal with that situation again. Rolled, but that fade back was, dude, just adaptation almost immediately, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Part of me wonders if a third Pichu game might have been able to swing it a little bit more. You know, maybe if we didn't play the first game on Brawler. Not to say that, like, oh, you should have done this, but I do wonder, like, Pichu feels like they might need a little bit more time to learn the opponent's habits, learn where they're going to air dodge, what they're going to do, and really optimize the punish game. And I wonder if putting one game sort of in the bucket is going to give drybie not enough time to start up on this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, the pacing is definitely in question right now here for drybie, but you know, as long as you got stocks, you might be able to figure some things out here for yourself.
Oh, no
my
way.
Goodness, I might have spope too soon.
Had the white on him too, so that's 110.
That is so much damage, man. And Pichu can explode even earlier than this in a matchup like that. But either way, oh, what? The whip grab into immediate forward smash? Okay, Candle is lit.
Okay,
no pun intended.
No, seriously, man, and it's smelling good around here. I got to give it to, I mean, it felt like, okay, you got the blue Pikmin. I know how to stay in and out of that range. I don't want to get grabbed, but I still want to impose my will. And it just felt like Candle one step ahead of the other side every time.
This ledge
Back
guard
air?
going crazy, though. Hey,
Nice catch.
Yeah, the offstage game does matter so much more, too, in this situation. When you're playing against Pichu, you do have to navigate around that long back air. And on top of that, if you try to go low to avoid the back air, you might just get down air.
Yeah, seriously.
Setting up the Thunder Jolts. Wow, the pressure right in Candle's face. Okay, drybie actually in the lead and ties the game with the Thunder Jolt on himself.
I mean, honestly, that's the type of, like, fearlessness you kind of have to have in a matchup like this. You know that you're very light, and you know with the right setup of Pikmin, you could be in some real trouble. However, you can also take the pain.
Ooh.
You can dish it out right there.
88, that's a low percent for Olimar to be getting the red spark. So maybe that'll inspire some confidence in drybie, who seems to be running away with this one after one great edge guard. And now just kind of covering center from Candle. Candle retrieving center stage, and this is the scary part. Just under the platform, got the 2 purples, especially on Pichu. You got to watch the grounded options. Oh, God, get out of there, baby!
Jesus, that shield. Okay, high recovery, no Pikmin attached. Yeah, they're on the ground, and there we go. Forward tilt, gonna close the door on that stock. Good opportunity for drybie here. I feel like if he gets on the board, we could see the set start going the other way.
Oh, you got to watch that shield. Getting a little taste of their own medicine on how safe you are when you swing. Double fray, yes, the immediate whistle. Get those Thunder Jolts out of here.
Drag down. Oh, that's not going to combo, though.
Dude, you got to make so many correct guesses. You got to fight up close in this like dog fight with Olimar. Just like that, you got to hold that shield, not spot dodge. So smart from drybie, just able to survive. But, didn't have the Pikmin ready.
Oh, man, another thing, too, you also don't want to hold shield too long in anticipation. Then you really get your shield busted up. Oh, come here. Come here.
Yeah, blue Pikmin came out just like you said, Coney, right? In any advantage situation, you pull it out. You know what the lineup is already. You're just waiting for the time to come and gets the grab. Nice stuff.
You got to watch the Pikmin lineup just as much as Olimar.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to know which one's coming next now that it's a set order, and that blue one just continually popping out and surprising.
Oh, Jesus, so much damage in so little time. Olimar really racks it up so fast, and this is suddenly even. One up smash, and we're looking at the end of the game.
Okay, trying to make quick work of these purple Pikmin right here, but they're just stuffing out the Thunder Jolt, which means they're stuffing out some safe approach options out this ledge. Gonna go for the throw in the air.
I feel like all these edgeguard attempts from drybie have not connected, whether it's Thunder Jolts, whether it's running off of the back air looking for some kind of
not
big
anymore.
Spike. Oh, whoa, 2 in a row.
Whoa,
so fast.
Yeah. Drop off double jump definitely gets scouted out by the double F tilt.
Put the big toe out there.
Yeah, and when I was watching drybie's VODs, I did recognize that that's kind of like their go-to at the ledge. Double F tilt at the ledge and wait for an option afterwards. That one just happened to connect on your drop off double jump.
And it's kind of been a reoccurring narrative throughout the course of the weekend. Is drybie much more prefers to trap at the ledge as opposed to going for edge guards. Not entirely sure what the game plan is behind that because I'm a firm believer that the Rats have some of the best edge guarding tools in the game. Again, courtesy of watching Eastham play for all those years and obviously still playing, but just being able to kind of float down there with you, wait for you to press the button more times than not, even you on the defense trying to come back, Pikachu out-buttons you off stage. I mean, the Rats just kind of have you covered, but drybie prefers the ledge, and who am I to judge?
What's interesting is you see more and more of these kind of these subroutines these players go through. You see Light, he'll pop 2 or 3 bears at the ledge, but he's not committing to anything. You see Zamba always go for the dare just in case at the ledge, but never really hitting it. I think drybie is the same thing with that double F tilt and Candle, just not ready for it that time.
Yeah, it's a good way to bait your opponent to try to swing on the first one.
Do something.
Yep.
Either way. Wow, Candle, 70 damage in 10 seconds. That is the nature of Olimar. Now, Pichu can maybe get something started, but it feels like lightning looping Olimar is nearly impossible, right? Due to the combination of his size and his physics.
Ooh. Okay.
We also haven't really seen drybie be too proficient in the lightning loop setups. Just some good old-fashioned combos, but none of that lab rat stuff. Oh, God.
It's so hard to close the distance and be able to find something to get started, right? Like, I think drybie gets a lot of mileage from, like, doing air-to-air nairs to really start up some pressure, but you can't really air-to-air Olimar if they have Pikmin toss, right? Like, purple Pikmin toss. It's hard to really just get in there and get up in their face.
Y'all, don't be mad at me. I think we should have banned this. I mean, it looks like drybie banned Battlefield and PS2. I just think this is a stage diff. Handle did this game 1-2. You just kind of chill under those platforms. What's Pichu going to do, man? Again, Pichu has to make so many correct decisions, not just to get in, but once you're actually in on Olimar. And it's just, I don't know. I feel like Candle just has way better stage presence.
It's crazy how this match was decided in the first 10 seconds, man. Like, what can you do being this light? against a character who does this much damage. The up throw will do it. Yeah. Oh, God.
Usually your saving grace is like Olimar gets you to 70 to 80. It's like, all right, now the real game begins. With Pichu, 70 to 80, that's past his bedtime.
No,
he's
seriously.
He's got to get tucked in.
I'm on 9-night. Okay. Trying to wake up and do a little something here, but a little late to the party, sadly. Double back here. Thunder Jolt just maneuvering over the Pikmin here. Time gets locked up. Up smash. No up air, though. Or
Only
back
one
air.
hit. He only did 40. No.
way.
Oh, no.
Only 40, you say.
Oh, my God.
Only 40, you say.
77.
That
after
poor
the hit.
baby.
My gosh, there was 2 purples on the lineup too. What if he just did another one afterwards? That's such a scary situation to be in.
That's a good roll for Candle. Very unfortunate for drybie just getting that matchup. We talked about it basically all weekend, where the invitational format is so set in terms of you know what characters you're going to fight, you know what you're going to prepare for, and sometimes you get a good roll. I mean, we saw it yesterday with Rimu against Chunky Kong, right?
Yeah.
The Min against Donkey Kong, just kind of a good lineup for Rimu. And here, I don't think you could ask for a better start to the day for Candle.
And I want to say it before Candle actually gets up here. They were definitely exuding confidence.
Yes.
Like, they just did not panic at all. Like, a lot of situations when you're off stage against Pichu, you can, trip up and mess up. But those, Thunder Jolts, no panic at all. Just, hey, I know what the angle is, and let me come back up and deal with this situation afterwards.
Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
That matchup looks brutal, but particularly on small battlefield. You just get the house.
I realized that drybie would just be really confident in the center platform and control that a lot. But on small battlefield, it's more equal. Because if someone has center on small battlefield, the opponent still has a lot of space to dash back.
Right.
And I realized that was when drybie was really getting me. I feel really bad about the set though, because me and him were rooming together, and
Yeah.
Europe is known for not being the best against Olimar.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you think you can explain the Mii Brawler? Is it because you guys are rooming together, or?
I think the Mii Brawler was just because Pichu Olimar is a kind of bad matchup, and I don't think he has a proper game plan. I don't want to diss him, but I don't feel like
Of course. Yeah.
he really understood what I was doing. So Mii Brawler overall, if you have not really a good idea, Mii Brawler does way better.
Sure.
Yeah. Another thing I really wanted to talk about in that matchup as well is your utilization of that whistle. I mean, just knowing when to use it and when not to use it, even when you felt like they were going to bait out an air dodge or try to do something with their Pichu setups, you just whistle every time and just got through the chaos.
Yeah, in that matchup, you have to kind of figure out what route the Pichu's going for, and then whistle to determine. Because there's a couple times where I'd whistle through his down airs, and I'd be if he back aired there, I would have died because whistle doesn't go through really multi-hits.
Sure.
So just trying to figure out what route they're going to finish with is the most important part with whistle.
Do you think that we're talking so much about the match, and I don't want to take up too much of your time, but you were saying that drybie might not be as familiar with the Olimar matchup. It feels like, and let me know your experience, when it comes to the Pichu matchup, his MO is to put you in lots of weird, uncomfortable situations where you might die to a Thunder at 80%, where you might get edge guarded. Were you just confident in those situations, or did they just not come up?
Okay, so I lost to a really good Pichu at Supernova, and that made me reflect on what I should be doing in the matchup. And I felt like when I played him, I got thundered way too much, and I got down smashed way too much, and I got back aired way too much.
Sure.
So going into the set, that was kind of my game plan, was to avoid those 3 moves. Since Pichu obviously has other really good buttons, but those are the buttons that kill Olimar.
Yeah, if you have a game plan centered around okay, avoid at all costs, it's a lot easier.
Right, right. Speaking of game plans like that, did you feel like you got away with a lot of grabs with blue Pikmin?
Not really. It's hard. I got it with 1 or 2, because Pichu, if he's shielding, he doesn't really have a burst option. I guess he can run away, but he doesn't really have a burst option to get the opponent off of them. Besides Nair, but I have to be really close to that. And since Olimar's grab is a tether grab, I don't really have to deal with that.
Kendall, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat said that they're your mom and they're cheering you on. Is that correct? Is that
hello,
actually your
Kathy.
mom?
Yeah, that actually is my mom.
Mama Candle.
Shout out to Candle's mom.
Hey.
That's adorable.
Thank you for the support.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank
well
you.
done. Good luck in the rest
Thank
of the
you, I
bracket. Do you know
appreciate it.
who you have to play next?
I have to fight either Mudis or Hurt, and I've beaten Hurt before, but I've never played Mudis before.
How is Olimar's think?
I think it's
Confident?
really even.
Sure. Okay.
Did you beat Apollo Kage when I
did
seen you
twice.
last? Yes, I was with you when you did that. Okay. So it's not impossible.
Well, hell yeah. Best of luck to you, Candle.
Thank you.
It's going to be a fun watch throughout the whole day. Of course, all these players are really excited.
Totally.
But, yeah, also great job to drybie. We'll talk about him a bit when you head back down. But, yeah, good luck.
Thank you.
So coming up next, looks like we have Rimu against Mars. Mars underperforming a bit, but even by his own admission earlier today. But it's only because we know that he's capable of so much. One of the greatest players in the game